of our gratitude practice. Super excited to be here with you. I made it. So I'm late because we had a horse show and it was absolutely magical. Nadia did really well. And today is day 4, which is being grateful for our health. And so there is a phrase that you're going to write down. And the phrase is, the gift of health is keeping me alive. It's in the title here, so you can go back and refer to it there. I'm just going to throw the practice at you now, and then we're going to dive in and do some tapping. I want to tell you a story before we go into the tapping. You're going to write that phrase down on a piece of paper, or you could write it on your mirror, or you could write it on a chalkboard, something that you're going to see often over the next couple of days. Shoot, over the next, 24 days of the rest of our gratitude journey. And James, hold on just a second. James, you may hear some clicking going on in the background. We're just going to go with the flow because it's a packed room. Okay, anyway. We fit it in, right? I'm grateful for James and his clicking. I love him so much. Okay, where was I? Lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. Okay, so you are going to be seeing that phrase over the next 24 days, reminding us to be grateful for our health. Because think about the times when you actually acknowledge your body and witness your body. Usually, the old habit only has us focus on our physical body when something is not going right, when something is screaming at us. And then maybe we get frustrated with our body. Have you ever done that before? Tell me in the comments. Maybe you have something going on right now where you're actually kind of fighting against your body with that ailment. There's someone in particular in my life who may be watching this, and she has some physical ailments that she talks about a lot, but the way that she addresses them is through the physical awareness. And so when we expand what we have access to, which means we expand into the quantum field and we expand beyond the physical body, we're able to access all of the answers. We're able to access all of the healing energy that we possibly need. It's beyond the human mind, right? It is beyond the human mind. And so a practice like tapping is going to allow us to reach beyond the human mind. Okay. James. Okay. So the story I want to tell you is, first of all, where I was, why I wasn't able to show up at the time, at the normal-ish time within the ones to do this practice. I was at a horse show. It was our first horse show as horse owners. And before we dive into the tapping, I have the water, I have the gratitude rock. Before we dive into the tapping, I want to share with you the story of my beautiful unicorn. And so I'm going to hold this on my heart space as I share with you, because lots of love is going to flow into this beautiful jar. And look, I'm filling it up with words of gratitude. So keep dropping words of gratitude, affirmations, so that I can add them to the jar. So about 6 years ago, I had ulterior motives and I wanted to get my kids hooked on horseback riding because I grew up riding horses and they weren't yet initiated into it. And it was a time in life where we were going through a lot. There was a lot going on. Like, we were in the midst of, I don't want to call it a collapse of the marriage, but a shift in our family arrangement, right? And so I was like, for Christmas, I was like, what can I do for the kids that's going to be different and innovative and exciting and an experience as opposed to a thing? And I was like, I'm going to buy them horseback riding lessons. So I bought all 3 of the kids a horseback riding lesson. I took them to this barn that was right down the street from where we lived, and they are our family now. Like, it was the best decision that we ever made. So anyway, we met this horse, Cody, and Nadia didn't start riding him right away because he was one of the tougher horses to ride. But our trainer, Logan, quickly saw that Nadia was a natural. And she was like, I want to put Nadia on Cody because I think that she can handle him. They seem similar because they're both kind of bullheaded. And you could like tell that she was going to be a strong rider. And so she started riding Cody. And Cody was a like trust fund horse. And what I mean by that is his previous owner passed away. He left the horse to one of his, I don't know, children or something. And she was not a horse. She was not a rider, but she kept Cody as a tax write-off because he's a certified therapy horse. And so he didn't have a family. Like he didn't have anyone to come and love him and take care of him, and give him the extra attention that all animals deserve. He was just like the barn horse. He was a lesson horse, but most people couldn't ride him. And so Nadia rode him every week, and we started going a little bit extra to see him because we knew he needed some extra love. And over the past 6 years, like we've fallen in love with this horse. And so what we wanted to do is Nadia really wanted to ride him in 4-H this year, but there was a rule by this owner that he could not go off property. And so I was like communicating with the barn owner and trying to get her to reach out to the owner of the horse. I had to go through the side door. Like there was no direct pathway to communicate with this lady. And so Kathleen, the barn owner, was trying to reach out to her. And she was like, I'm so sorry if you got your hopes up. She's like, but she's not calling me back. And I don't know why she's not calling me back, but she's just not getting back to me. And I was like, okay. And I just was breathing through it, because I was feeling this frustration of like, I really want Nadia to ride Cody in 4-H, and I really want this experience for them. But Nadia and I both just like held on to this vision, this frequency, this knowing that like something was going to work out. We had no idea what it was, but something was going to work out. Well, then the deadline came to submit what horse you're going to ride for 4-H. So we submitted a different horse that we knew we could take off property. And we were feeling a little disappointed, but again, holding the vision. Okay. We called in the unicorn realm. It really works. Okay. Call me crazy, but it really works. And then I went to the barn one day and Kathleen was there. We don't usually run into each other at the barn. And she said, Monica, I just wanted to let you know that, so-and-so, the lady who owns Cody, she said she wasn't ignoring us. She died. I was like, oh, shit. So that's why she couldn't get in contact with her. Like she died. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I thought, well, like what's going to happen now? And Kathleen said, I don't know. She said, I don't know if whoever inherits Cody will want to just keep him, the status quo of what's going on now, where they use him as a tax write-off and then we just get to house him here. I don't know. And I was like, well, will you please keep me in the loop? And she was like, absolutely. Because she knows that like Nadia and Cody are just tight. So about a week passed and our trainer, Logan, reached out to us and said, they want to sell Cody and you get first dibs. And I'm like, I have this money story. Like if you've been following me, you know that what I have built online has really been like some type of serious expansion for me, that I've had to do a lot of inner work, as you have, and as so many of us have, because most people come from a story of scarcity, right? And so I'm so excited to share that when she shared with me that I had first dibs and I had the opportunity to purchase this horse, I did not feel fear in my body. Okay. Which is, is a massive shift when you're talking about like, I want my child to have this horse. I want to have this horse. This is a dream come true for our entire family. This is a dream come true for Cody. And it was like, is now the time? Like, I knew, every cell of my body knew that now was the time. And so I was like, okay, like it's happening. But I still had to sit with it for a minute. I was like, okay, Logan, let me, like, how much time do I have? Let me just meditate on this, drop into some prayer, some gratitudes, and let this settle in my nervous system before I just like say yes. But I know it was going to happen. I know it was going to happen. And so we let it settle for a little while, and so grateful that I am actually in a financial position where I can own a horse now. So it has been 6 years coming that we have been manifesting this horse. It's where you release the how and you fully trust that it can happen, even though it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Because all of the cards that were laid out, you never would have really thought that it was going to happen, that it was going to be possible. But he kind of fell into our lap. And so today was wonderful. I will post some stories, and so that you can see some videos and stuff of how today went. She placed third and fourth. She only did 2 shows. So it was Cody's first time off property in like 10 years. He's a 16-year-old horse. So he spent the majority of his life on that property, not traveling. So this was a big freaking deal for all of us. Now we knew that he would load well because someone had, tried to load him and told us that he loads well, but we didn't know how he traveled, right? Because it's one thing to get on the trailer, but it's another thing to travel well the distance that you're going. And it was about a 30-minute drive. He did very well. And he's like the king at the stables that he's at. Like he's the top dog, right? Like he runs the show of all the horses. And I don't know what you call that. Horse lingo, don't know. And so it was really funny and interesting to see his dynamic, like sizing up all the other horses. You should have seen the way that he looked at the miniature horses. He was like, what the actual F is that? He's only like a hand over being a pony himself. So he's not like a tall horse. But it was just so precious to witness his experience of going to that show. And he did really, really well. He got a little anxious at times, which is totally to be expected, right? But like he didn't buck, he didn't freak out, he didn't. He likes to go fast because he was actually a barrel racer at one point when he was younger. And so as Nadia was cantering him in the second show that she was in, she had to circle him pretty tight a couple times because he wanted to race a couple of the other horses. It was so precious. I mean, my heart right now is just like beaming into this water. Okay. So I felt called to share that with you. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to keep these sessions to 20, 25 minutes. It's not going to happen. So we're just going to accept that it may be 40 minutes to an hour every time. It is what it is. I will timestamp this for you so you know when the EFT tapping starts. So if you want to skip all of my speaking in spirals, you're welcome to skip it. But I would like to invite everyone now to, let's open the jar. Not that the jar even needs to be open, but let's send some gratitude into our water. Deep breath. Post a word in the comments. Even if you've already posted a word, I still want to invite you to keep adding words, and I will keep writing them on our jar. Let's just fill this jar with affirmations and words of love. Okay. Reminder, we're writing 10 gratitudes a day, reading through them, saying thank you, thank you, thank you, feeling the feeling, right? And you have your gratitude rock that you're carrying with you, holding in your hand at night, reviewing your day, all of the magic that happened throughout the day, thinking of the thing, the instance, the person, the situation that brought you most joy throughout the day, and saying thank you, thank you, thank you, and really leaning into that feeling of expansion and love and joy and abundance that you feel in thinking of that experience. Okay, let's tap, and let's tap on our health. I'm just kind of checking every once in a while that I'm still live. Okay. Oh, take a nice deep low breath. And what I would like for you to do is, if you are experiencing any particular feeling of pain or dis-ease, if you feel like something's not working quite right in your body, I want you to call the light into that space right now. My stomach was hurting a little bit earlier, and so I'm going to call the light. It's just about intention, right? Just open your chest, drop your shoulders, and invite the light of the heavens, Mother, Father, God, into that space, and see it flooding into that space. Smile. Open your chest, drop your shoulders, deep, low breath. And as you breathe, see that light getting brighter and brighter in that space that you desire healing, that you desire support. And I will share with you that as I had that stomach ache earlier, I was tapping on it on the way home. My stomach feels perfectly fine now. Okay, let's start here on the side of our hand, tapping, trying to keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. Remember, nice, low, deep breath every move we make. Deep breath. Meaning every point that we shift to, we're going to try to make a nice, deep, low breath. Take a nice, deep, low breath. And we're going to start with repeating after me, even though I don't always honor my body with attention and gratitude. I fully and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Deep breath. Even though sometimes I fight against my body, and if that doesn't feel true to you, shift the words. Sometimes I get frustrated with my body because of the aches and pains I experience. I choose to deeply and completely accept, honor, and love myself. Deep breath. Okay, now top of the head, right there in the middle. I'm definitely shaking my computer doing this. Hold on. Okay. So it may look like a little bit of a earthquake in here, but that's okay. Okay. I love my body. And maybe you don't feel like you have tons of love for your body. Maybe you have resentment toward your body. So I want you to say, I choose to love my body the best that I can in this moment, right now. I choose to love my body in this moment the best that I can. I choose to access as much love for all parts of me right now, right this second. Okay, right there, inside of the eye, deep breath. I know my body is miraculous. You know that, right? I know my body has the innate ability to heal. Did you know that? Our body has everything it needs to heal. Okay. Outside of the eye. I am grateful for my body. Now breathe into that space that you may be experiencing pain, dis-ease in some way. Breathe into that right now. And whatever that is, say, I love my fill in the blank. I'm going to say my stomach. I love my stomach. I love my stomach. I love my stomach. Under the eye. I choose to have a perfectly healthy stomach. Deep breath. I choose to have a perfectly healthy stomach. Open your chest, drop your shoulders, try to sit up tall with a straight spine. I choose to have a healthy stomach. Deep breath. Under the nose. I choose to have a healthy body in all of the ways. In every way. I choose to have a healthy body in every way. Deep breath. Chin. I choose to have a healthy body in every single way. I am grateful to be alive. And now collarbone. I choose optimum health. I appreciate when my body tells me through pain or dis-ease that something needs to change. What if instead of viewing aches or pains as fearful experiences, that we started to experience them with gratitude and appreciation that our body is telling us, hey, hey, pay attention. Something needs to shift. Something needs to change. So this is why it's so important to be in tune with how our body is speaking to us. There are a lot of people disconnected with their bodies that just move through the pain and don't witness it. And truly, there is always a profound level of healing experience when we will just witness the pain that we're experiencing. Just by bearing witness to it and saying to your body, I see you, I hear you. What needs to shift? Just to witness and ask the question is a level of healing, and it will shift something for you, I promise. Deep breath. And now find your nipple, go down to that top or that very bottom rib, straight down, and tap on one side or both. Try to relax your shoulders as much as you can. Deep breath. I am grateful that I'm sitting up right now. I am grateful that I'm able to tap right now. I am grateful that I woke up this morning. I am grateful for all the parts of my body that work for me right now, every single day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now reach under your arm, right there where your bra strap would sit, and tap. Deep breath. And now say, I love my body. If it didn't feel so easy before to say that, does it feel easier to say, I love my body? I appreciate the signs and symptoms that my body gives me when something needs to be addressed. My body is amazing. Let's go back to the top of the head. I want you to tap all around with one hand or both hands. Deep breath. And now I want you to do the gorilla tap on your heart. Or you can tap gently if it feels too much. Otherwise, and I'm going to just tap gently so I don't shake my computer up since I'm sitting on a bed doing this. Okay. Deep breath. Keep tapping. Really create that vibration in your chest. Okay. I want you to relax your tap. Deep, low breath. Feel your body. Place all your focus on that space that we chose at the beginning and pour light into it again. Now see a light inside of your heart. What color is it? Take a deep breath and amplify that heart light to shine and stretch beyond our body, 6 feet on every side. Take another deep breath and expand it even further. And on the inhale, I want you to breathe that color, that heart light that you're expanding, breathe it all right into that concentrated area where you chose at the beginning. So for me, my stomach. So breathe out, expand the heart light, exhale, and now breathe in again and call that light all the way in and see it flooding into that part of your body. Smile. And now remember, I don't know what I was going to say. Remember what? It's like, I don't even remember what I was going to say all of a sudden. Oh, shoot. Okay. Remember the statement that we talked about. The gift of health is keeping me alive. Write it on a piece of paper, maybe write it on your mirror, put it on your refrigerator. Maybe you could even write it on some Post-it notes and put it around the house and say it out loud. And just bear witness to your body. We become so detached from our bodies. You know, we just walk around as if we own this thing. We actually don't own this thing. We are not our body. Our body is a set of components that came together that said yes to our consciousness. I will co-create this journey with you. This is not our thing. This is not our vehicle. We have an obligation to honor it and love it and take care of it. And so the next time that you feel like you should eat the cookie or, I don't know, smoke the cigarette or drink the beer or whatever, like take a breath and recognize that this is not your thing. This is a gift to you. This is a holy temple that we get to honor. And if we're not witnessing it, we're not honoring it. And so kudos to you. I'm celebrating you and me for spending the past, I don't know, however long we've been here together, witnessing your body. And anytime your body's screaming at you, pick a spot and tap on it and say, I choose to have a fully healthy fill in the blank, whatever's bothering you. I choose to have a fully healthy stomach. That's what I was saying earlier. I'm telling you, it worked. My stomach doesn't hurt anymore. Okay. All right, everyone. Drop your words in the comments so I can add it to our beautiful water so that we can co-create this amazing crystal frequency signature at the end of our 28 days. All right, I'll be back tomorrow, and I'm just going to make it a habit of kind of popping on in the morning with a post to kind of say, hey, this is my day and this is probably when I'm going to go live. Okay. All right. I love you so much. Thank you for your beautiful patience with me. Thank you for showing up for you. And I love you all so much. Bye, everyone. Wait, okay.